I know it's a no-no to have writing, especially when it's backwards. It's distracting, so I'll keep it below the camera, but for right now, go Brewers. Hey, welcome aboard, everybody. It's great to see you again. I think now that everybody who's going to be in here, most of them are in here, I'm going to go ahead and dive right in and do a little recap. Yesterday was the anniversary of the day that I checked into treatment, and today is the day that I'm going to continue that. Arriving at Gateway, as you might expect, there's a little shock to the system. I don't know what I expected going to treatment. I think I expected it to be a little more pastiches, Malibu Treatment Center, a la BoJack Horseman. But it was a bit more the treatment center from Infinite Jest, which the name eludes me right now. I thought I was gonna have a lot of time to myself. I thought I was gonna have this nice clean room, and that wasn't the case. There was a lot of group work. I shared a room with two dudes. The room was a pigsty. There was stuff left over from former residents. There's an entertainment center full of video games and VHS tapes that was an absolute hot mess. After years of Kayla straightening me out, my wife turning me into a cleanly person, it was a little jarring to the system. But upon check-in was wild. I went through, the whole full body search to make sure I wasn't smuggling anything in. All of my personal belongings that I didn't need, most significantly my cell phone, were put under lock and key. Edit House, thank you, Mindy. Edit House from Infinite Jest. That's priceless. Put under lock and key, and I'm looking around the unit, P unit represent for all my homies out there who I went through treatment with. But everyone was at dinner, so I got a chance to look around, and I look at the calendar, and I see that there was very little time for personal time and self-reflection and stuff like that. I brought along a copy of Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, and I didn't have a lot of time to read that. What little time I spent reading, mostly I was reading the big book, which AA will know is basically the Bible of AA. But yeah, it became very clear I was going to be spending the most time in group work, which turned out to be tremendous. But like I said, it was just sort of a shock to the system. Today, being opening day in Major League Baseball, I thought I would share the story of the Sunday leading up to treatment. Kayla, the girls, and I, we went to Walmart, and we bought this little cube radio. Cube, yeah, there we go. That had AM, FM tuners so that I could listen to the Brewers games while I was in there. And toward the back of the unit, last little dorm or whatever we want to call it, was a door leading outside where the guys a few times a day were allowed to go for smoke breaks. Well, by that glass door leading outside was basically the only place that I could get any semblance of an AM signal. So when I got the opportunity, I'd sit back there behind the whiteboard that we used in our group meetings, and I'd futz with that little radio, turn it just right, futz with the antenna, and once every 15-20 minutes or so, I could somewhat make out Bob Uecker calling the game. And opening day, of course, the game was in the afternoon. They were playing the Cardinals. And it was a close game. Brewers take the ninth inning on a Christian Yelich bomb. Boy, I'm going to be really embarrassed if I'm wrong about this, but like I mentioned, I was a little preoccupied at the time. But so it's the ninth inning, and I was getting so frustrated because I couldn't understand what was going on. And it was really hurting me because the realization was there that not only could I not hear the game, but I had done it to myself that I was in treatment. I felt a lot of shame and a lot of anger. But the moment that I was kind of starting to curse myself, the signal came in just enough for me to hear the call of Lorenzo Cain's Superman act, him robbing the home run and preserving the win. So that's pretty neat. You know, that felt like a little divine intervention of this one. I'm going to let you hear the most important play of the game. And it's pretty cool that Fox Sports Wisconsin is going to air that game this afternoon. So I'm going to get to watch it. I didn't get to watch it last year. And I think it's a moment for me to reflect and a moment to truly appreciate what I have now. I know it seems insignificant on the grand scale, but to me, it'll be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cathartic to watch the game. So my takeaway from that is that, you know, we shouldn't take for granted all of those little things. The little things end up being the big things. And these days, as we're under shelter at home, shelter in place, whatever it's called in your state, I think it behooves us to stop and smell roses whenever we can find them. Because this is hard. This is hard. You know, we're all trying to be creative. We're all trying to stay upbeat. And it's easy to get caught up in the noise and to basically find yourself only seeing a lot of negative. So I don't know. Let's make it a point to make sure we don't miss the positive. So over the next couple of days, I'm going to talk some science. I'm going to talk some tools for people in recovery or people who are still in the throes of addiction. I'm going to talk about grounding. This is good stuff. If you want to do your homework in advance, we can talk about it. We're going to talk about grounding. We're going to talk about the way that tolerance is built up and how that affects all of our feel-good chemicals, such as endorphin, serotonin, oxytocin, and dopamine. Yeah, that's the big four. So we'll talk about that. Lots and lots of tools. Be sure to check the Facebook page as I'll be sharing some resources. And check out the blog as well that's on my brand new website. And these videos now are going to be starting to be uploaded to my YouTube channel. It's all coming together. It's coming together, Pep. Say in Major League. Okay, that's the last baseball reference for now. Guys, I really appreciate you being with me. I hope you can find plenty of happy today, and all the happiness that you bring to my life, I thank you for. So I love you very much. The world is not coming apart. We're coming together. We're going to have a great day. I'll talk to you all soon.